Peace. I see today's mathematics and the alphabet as Islam, and Islam is our self Lord and Master. That's the culture. You see, mathematics is Islam, and Islam is mathematics. That's a right and exact science. So it's different acronyms of Islam. I self Lord and Master. I sincerely love Allah's mathematics. I stimulate life and matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I wanted to make knowledge born about, right? That Islam, the 5% Islam, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the Islam of the Muslims, you know what I'm saying? The Muslims, you know what I'm saying, they pray 5 times a day, and and they believe in a mystery God, you know what I'm saying? They worship Allah like in the heavens, you know what I'm saying? Like the Christians, you know what I'm saying? They bow down 5 times a day. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was at 85%, I couldn't be praying 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to make that clear, you know what I'm saying? Because um, we are not a religion. We are culture. And our culture is one way of life, which is Islam. So we live mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Mathematics going from knowledge to born and born back to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And a cipher is a circle that consists of 360 degrees, 120 degrees of knowledge, 120 degrees of wisdom, and 120 degrees of understanding. You know? So, peace. That's what I wanted to add on. La matemática en el abecedario supremo es Islam. Islam es la manera de vida de de nosotros, de los 5%. Nosotros no somos una religión, nosotros somos una cultura. So, la cultura es de Dios. ¿Tú me entiendes? De entender quién es el Dios vivente y verdadero. Nosotros no somos ninguna religión como los musulmanes que rezan 5 veces al día. Sí, nosotros no creemos que hay un Dios misterioso en el cielo. Nosotros somos Alá y somos Dios entre nosotros. Eso es lo que yo quería traer claro, ¿verdad? A todo el mundo, para que sepan que esto es una cultura, esto no se trata de una religión. Dios, tú quieres, tú sabes, añadir un poco más de lo que yo estoy diciendo.
Mi hermano, vamos. Claro, más al punto de lo que el hermano estaba hablando. Peace, my name is Lord Infinite Unique Love, para los que no me conocen. And for those that don't know me, and what my air light was building on was basically today's reality in terms of how it relates to Islam and people's view. But I want to be a little more, specific about today's reality in terms of, I'm saying, why the devil teaches the 85% that a mystery God bring all this, relating to what the God was saying, that those, there's some people that relate to that mystery God. So I'm saying the point is, why do the devil teach that? I'm saying, why the devil teach the 85% that a mystery God, I'm saying, bring all this? I'm saying, because he wants to conceal who the true and living God is.
And make things out of the 85%.
Exactly. More so to the to the point of the degree. I'm saying the degree goes a little more into it, and but for the sake of the conversation, directly to that point. I'm saying because he wants you to believe. And as long as you believing, then you ain't thinking. You're not really thinking. You just believing. And we all know that, I'm saying, belief is one of the basic foundations of grief. We wasn't grieving as much until we started believing as much. You know what I'm saying? And you'll notice that the more you tend to believe, the more you'll be grieving. And more to what the point also, you know what I'm saying, in that same lesson, but a little further back, you start dealing with the same thing that Muhammad did. You know what I'm saying? Because Muhammad tried to teach the devil. Muhammad tried to civilize the devil. Muhammad tried to give the devil a break to go from 35 to 50 years to try and learn to do like who? The original man. Muhammad was the one that wanted the devil to come around him. But if you look at that justice degree, you'll see that it wasn't just Muhammad. It was just Muhammad and any Muslim murdering the devil. So you see that there were other people that it was not of the same mindset as Muhammad. They wasn't so welcoming like that. But at the same time, I'm saying that to say that even the devil can be civilized. Now, it's a difference between, civilizing a person than trying to reform that person or bring that person back to that original form. See, the original man don't do that. We're not going to waste time on that. But the original man is wise enough to know that that devil does fall into the realm of an individual who can be civilized, not reformed. We're not here to reform the devil, but if the devil present himself in that manner, then we, you know what I'm saying, are merciful enough to indeed so civilize that. You know what I'm saying? Because civilized just simply means to teach knowledge and wisdom to all the human families of the planet Earth. Right or wrong, God?
True indeed, God. You know what I'm saying?
You want to add on to that?
Yeah, that's the duty of a civilized person to teach all human families of the planet Earth. This is why, you know what I'm saying, when the law came out the mosque part itself, you know what I'm saying, he taught, the mayor, you know what I'm saying, and he was Caucasian, right? He taught Azrael, you know what I'm saying? So this culture is about uniting the seeds, you know what I'm saying? When I speak about the seeds, you know what I'm saying, the original seed is the black, brown, and yellow, you know what I'm saying? The Caucasian is a seed, but you know what I'm saying, he's the weakest seeds, but it's the grafted seed, you know what I'm saying? But the black, brown, and brown, the black, brown, and yellow is not grafted, you know what I'm saying? That's from the original, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the devil came from. See, because when y'all cool, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to the understanding cipher degree and the knowledge freedom cipher. This what it was said. Um
Tell us what and how.
Tell us what and how the devil was made. The devil was made from the original people by grafting and separating the germs or the genes. And the black man body assists two germs, a black germ and a brown germ. Yakub with his Lord on birth control separated the brown germ from the black germ and grafted it into white by destroying the black germ. After following this process for 600 years, the germ was no more original.
The germ became white, dog.
It became white and was no more original.
Also, by the original blood,
the original man's blood, the germ became weak and wicked and was no more the same. Thus, this is how Yakub made devil. Peace. But my point was right about the germs when he put when he analyzed the brown germ, you know what I'm saying, he and put it under the microscope, you know what I'm saying, he saw yellow and then he knew from there to graph from there till they got weaker and weaker and weaker till he made it white. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't even live to see his creation. So all the devilishment that's going on nowadays is our duty as a 5%, as civilized men and women and seeds, because we are a universal family to teach all human families of the planet Earth, because we didn't we don't we're not supposed to discriminate on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Even if they pale as white, you know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. This is about uniting the seeds, you know what I'm saying? And those that, that don't understand that is because they lack understanding of their lessons, you know what I'm saying? Because even when you go to the God degree and the knowledge culture, why does the devil call our people African? To make our people of North America believe that the people of that continent are the only ones they have and are all savages. People are the trading posts in the jungle of that continent. The original people lived on a continent. They are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle way of life. The original people call this continent Asia, but the devil calls it Africa to try to divide them. He wants us to think that we're all different. Now, once, you know what I'm saying, you believe, you know what I'm saying, they got you. Because knowledge supersedes belief. You know what I'm saying? You could believe that you was getting on the that you could believe that you was driving down uh 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 the Florida to Disney World, and then you see a sign that says Fort Lauderdale or Kissimmee, Florida, then you know you're going in the wrong direction. So that's how knowing and believing, you know what I'm saying, knowledge supersedes belief. Because now you know you're going in the wrong direction because you know the sign is directing you in the right direction. That's how that supersedes that. So I just wanted to say that, God, you know what I'm saying? Unite the seeds. Don't discriminate a brother, you know what I'm saying? Because he get on here speaking Spanish and trying to teach his people the knowledge of himself, you know what I'm saying? And all human families. Don't don't do that. That's not all right in exact science, you know what I'm saying? Mathematics, you know what I'm saying, can be brought in all different languages as long as you bringing it the right and exact. You teaching the people and you're doing your duty as a civilized person. So don't take it personal. You know that's what I've been trying to do from the beginning because one time I was at the school, you see, I see a lot of Shasha, you know what I'm saying? I met him the first time and I told him a little bit about my history, which everybody don't need to know, but that's what gave me the inspiration, you know what I'm saying? On writing mathematics and Spanish, alphabets, and writing 120, you know what I'm saying? And then when I met the God Lord Infinite, you know what I'm saying, it even got more deeper because we go through the science each and every day we adding on, you know what I'm saying? So this is about uniting the seeds, man. It's unity. That's what I'm on to make knowledge born on. Peace.
Peace. I'm not sure how long we're gonna go on it, but I mean today's reality, you know what I'm saying, is gonna tell you plainly, man, and clearly for those that understand that enrollment, that you dealing with what? What is the said birth record of the Nation of Islam? A said birth record, not something that's actual, not something that's factual, but something that could possibly be believed, thought to be, hoped to be, wished to be, whatever you want to call it. But it's not something that's factual. Why? Because the Nation of Islam has no said birth record. That is a fact. That's not what you could believe. That don't give you an opportunity to have an opinion on it. It's what it is. The Nation of Islam has no said birth record. It has no beginning nor ending. Period. For it is older than the sun, moon, and stars. Period. There's no room for question or too much belief up in that. Like the God was saying, you know what I'm saying? Your belief can misguide you, could take you to places that you never thought you would find yourself in. So your belief is something you got to be very careful to get rid of. Try not to depend too much. As a matter of fact, don't even depend on your belief like that. Be a little more analytical. You know what I'm saying? Be a little more conscious about what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Don't just throw it out the window on some belief type stuff and that's it. Nah, you can't build a house on belief. That ain't gonna work. You see what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. So, understanding that, it's like the God said, man, people have, whatever they have, man, but at the same time, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them.
Like a knowledge.
Indeed, so God, we don't understand that because of knowledge, our people are alive. We're alive because of who we know we are. Why? Because it was the lack of knowledge that got us killed. It was the lack of knowledge that keeps us mentally dead. Everywhere you look, it'll tell you what? My people are killed for lack of knowledge. Not just knowledge, but a knowledge of themselves. And not only a knowledge of themselves, but a proper knowledge of themselves.
The crazy things that we do to one another, you could tell it's a lack of knowledge, how we discriminate, you know what I'm saying, amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? You might see a brother lighter, you know what I'm saying, and you might be like, he ain't a bitch, he's a power rule, you know what I'm saying? He's a German, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, God, but those are the principles that Yaqub used.
Right, true indeed.
How Yaqub separated one from the other, utilizing that same principle.
Right.
How you utilize that same principle in today's modern time? Look at the Willie Lynch theory. The Willie Lynch theory is a whole concept based on making the slaves go against themselves, dividing them by color. You had the darker shade going against the so-called brown shade. The brown shade going against the so-called light shade. Light shade going against the octoroon. The octoroon against the so forth and so on. But it's all about divide and conquer. It's all about division.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because remember, when you take the science of building and destroying, you have a choice. See, build and destroy, you're gonna build, you're gonna add on, or you're gonna destroy, you're not gonna add on. But when you start dealing with the science of division, then you're not building or destroying, you simply dividing. You separating.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like when you do that, you have the opportunity to pick certain things off, certain individuals. You can see how they think, how they move, girl, and you'll pick them off.
Right.
Oh, I can see that one. He got that in him.
Mm-hmm.
All we got to do is get him around that other one over there, and them two together, they're gonna get stronger in that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you got two people of the same type, like mind, whether it's a positive or a negative, then that unit gets stronger. You see what I'm saying? It's like we talking about before with the atom. Within the atom exists what? A proton,
neutron,
and an electron. Now these things are balanced. But the one that's the neutron in the middle has the ability to go with what? Either direction.
Right.
So that means that if you got a proton here and a proton here, and that neutron decides to go with that proton, then that positive force outweighs the negative. And the force that's outweighing gotta leave. Leaves. It just takes the neutron and leaves the area. The negative stay by itself. Same with the negative. If the neutron want to go with the negative, it's gonna go with the negative. The negative gonna leave the cipher because the positive gonna be there by itself. So that's the way a lot of individuals are. The only thing is that in real life, a lot of individuals are drawn to other people's magnetic forces. So sometimes people, through their magnetic force, they're able to draw. Those individuals who are really neutral, but are just sitting there watching or doing the nods and waiting to see which way they want to go. This is why what our duty as civilized people is to what? Teach. So we can take those individuals who are having a hard time being led in the right direction, making it a little easier for them, or for them to be willing to want to go in the right direction. That's supposed to be the magnetic that I know. Being the true and living God, being the original man, that's the magnetic I know. I don't go around trying to exhibit that other magnetic to draw people in another way to use their force to better me, to manipulate the force that they have to better me for my own profit. Why? Because that's what the 10% do.
Right.
The 10% teach the 85% that a mystery God bring all this. The rain, the hail, the snow above their head.
Right.
All these things.
To consider the true and living God and make slaves out of the 85% by keeping him worshiping, saying he cannot see invisible.
Exactly.
He makes himself rich from their labor.
Exactly.
The 85% know that it's raining, hail, snow, and earthquake. Also hear thunder above their head, but do not try to learn who's causing all this to happen. By letting the 5% teach them, they believe in the 10% on face value. And as long as you keep believing in the 10% on face value, you're going to be a mental slave. You know what I'm saying? They do not know, the people do not know their origin, and you're gonna be uncivilized. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be a slave, and you're gonna be what? A person who is similar to a savage pursuing happiness.
Right.
Now you don't necessarily have to be a savage. You don't have to be an individual who has lost all knowledge of self, that's living a beast way of life. No, that's not what it's about. You're talking about an individual who's dealing with belief.
Right.
So sometimes you will find an individual who thinks that he knows, but all he's doing is believing. And you can see that through the way they manifest.
Esta cultura es para todo el mundo, ¿tú me entiendes? Para los blancos, para los prietos, para los trigueños, para todo el que esté interesado a aprender.
El punto es que no tiene que ver con la persona así, de precio a cara. Tiene que ver con el carácter de la persona, cómo la persona se mueve, cómo la persona comparte, ¿entiendes? Y la sensibilidad de la persona. Si la persona es sinceramente quiere hacerlo y tú lo ves en su manera de ser, pues tú no se lo puedes negar a esa persona. Eso no es tu derecho.
Eso es así.
¿Entiendes? Esa persona tú la tienes que dejar vivir si esa persona quiere vivir de esa forma. Ahora, pero si es una cosa que no tiene que ver con la realidad, con la matemática de Alá, pues ahí tú le tienes que decir, espérate, no quiero ofenderte, pero mira, yo vivo así. Yo entiendo lo que tú estás viviendo y yo te lo respeto, pero aquí yo entiendo, el hombre original es el Dios. Aquí eso es lo que se enseña. Y tú puedes tener tu punto, tu forma de ser, está bien, pero tenemos que tener un entender. ¿entiendes? Las cosas tienen que estar un poquito claras, porque si no la persona, bueno, se puede ser, que puede pensar que puede hacer cualquier cosa.
Eso es así.
Y eso no es así, porque eso tiene que tener una línea. Tú no puedes, siéntate ahí, no hay problema. Pero no venga con ese disparate. ¿Entiendes? Tú tienes que estar, que cuando tú estás en ciertos sitios, en la presencia de cierta gente, el conducto de esa persona debe ser respetuoso, ¿me entiendes?
Eso es así.
So, afuera de eso, porque uno puede coger esas cosas y llevarse a ciertos puntos de ignorancia, ¿entiendes? Y esa ignorancia puede ser, como el hermanito Dios, tiene que ver con racismo, ¿entiendes? Tiene que ver con la persona pensando una cosa que no debe estar pensando simplemente porque no habla el idioma.
Eso es así.
Y eso es lo que mata. Lamentablemente en estos días, lo que le da esas cosas a mucha de esa gente es el punto que ellos mismos están limitados.
De conocimiento de su cultura.
Exactamente, y no solamente eso, están limitados en su lenguaje. Y no pueden. Y a la misma vez que ellos no pueden, ellos piensan que no saben. Y cuando una persona no sabe una cosa, a veces la quiere destruir. Si tú no entiendes una cosa y no estás dispuesto a tratar de entenderla, pues lo primero que tú vas a hacer es destruirla. ¿Entiendes? No las quieres al lado porque te ofende, te molesta, lo que sea. Pero esa es otra cosa. Pero estamos hablando de una persona que eso no le importa. Eso no le importa porque a la misma vez, si tú quieres aprender, tú vas a aprender.
At the same time, if you want to learn, you're going to learn.
You're going to learn regardless of what other people say.
I'm just doing a little bit of translation at the same time while the God is adding on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're jumping from language to language to show and prove that we can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we can rise above that. And I always stress to those that really want to learn, bro. Stop acting like you know what I'm saying? You're not interested, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of brothers that I know where I was teaching, and I taught many speak Spanish, and the first thing they want to learn is how to speak to the women, how to speak to the girls. Yo, how you say mommy, how you say pretty girl, how you say mommy, can I take you out? But you don't want to learn who the original man is?
Right. Oh, and now that you're speaking about that, God, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I wanted to drop something about the woman. A woman respects a man who respects himself for being a man and respects her for being a woman. A man can't receive or achieve respect from a woman if he does not respect her for being a woman. For love is the greatest understanding in life unification in the world, and when it's being utilized to an utmost degree of perfection, it can be understood by those who understand the true significance in life of being the love of Mary. A woman respects a man who's independent and respects an independent who's unreliable but care for her to accomplish no matter what price he has to pay to win her loving and satisfaction. And when I'm speaking about paying a price, I ain't talking about being a trick, giving her money and stuff like that. There's many ways that you can pay prices. When you do devilishment, you go to jail, right? And that's how you pay, right? And when you do righteousness, what you get? A reward or penalty. That's today's mathematics. No, I mean part and self. It's not today's mathematics, but I'm relating it to justice, you know what I'm saying? Which is a reward or penalty for one ways and actions. When you teach, you get your reward, you know what I'm saying? Because you live in the mental death and the mental state of unawareness, you giving them light. You shine and radiant. My light is brilliant, you know what I'm saying? So I teach the ones who are unaware, and I teach the babies, you know what I'm saying? When we teach, we get that reward. I don't feel it's cool, you know what I'm saying, that you walking around saying that you God body, but then again you around the 85% and you acting just like them. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna say, so what you know what I'm saying? You letting them put they 8 in front of your 5 instead of you taking they 8 off of their 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that, God. You know what I'm saying? You never supposed to let nobody put their 8 in front of your 5, and you never let nobody put they 2 in front of your 1, because knowledge is first, and wisdom is secondary, but most necessary to bring forth that understanding. Peace.
Peace, God. Briefly, God, I mean, what the God said, all you got to do is take it to a supreme mathematical equation. You'll see, God. Anybody knows that when you're dealing with the what? Build or destroy degree. You know you're dealing with a reward or a penalty.
True indeed.
You see what I'm saying? You know that. Because what brings rain, hailstone, and earthquakes? Ways and actions, right, deeds, thoughts, rewards or penalties. balances, universal scales. That's what bring these things about. God, it's like, it's not even odd because I always compare. Like, to me, I see all things to be relative whenever you talk about supreme mathematics and things like that. They all are relative. You have to find a common link to each one. And just like each one teach one, each one teach one. Each degree teach one.
Right quality stuff.
Each degree teach one. Remember that. Each one teach one. How? You relate from one degree to another. Like I relate to myself and my brother. Because if I can't relate to myself, I can't relate to my brother. Right? So you got to what? Relate the universe around you. You got to know how to relate. And everything got to have a common ground. So when we talking about a common ground here, God, we talking about something that is basic to those that say they know. You know what I'm saying? It's complicated for those that want to make it complicated.
Right.
If you want to make it complicated, then that's on you. That's your choice. But mathematics is simple. It's basics. You see what I'm saying? It's just like when you look at 1, 2, and 3. You saying the same thing. Why? Because knowledge and wisdom born that understanding. That 3. So when you combine your knowledge and your wisdom, you get that 3. 1, 2, 3. Simple. Simple.
Knowledge, wisdom, happiness.
Like exactly, God. You have to have that, God, because a lot of brothers are not happy. That's when you get that happiness. When you get that, like the knowledge and the wisdom, God, is that happiness. And that happiness is going to come through what? What you know and what you live, what you apply in your daily life.
Right, that love, hell, or right. That knowledge, wisdom
Indeed,
again.
so it goes right back to the knowledge, wisdom again. You got to love hell in order to come out right.
True indeed.
So if you ain't going to have that love, which is what? That supreme what? Vision, that clear vision, that thought that's not based on belief, that's based on concrete what? Research, factual research, actual research, then you don't got to worry about you being dissatisfied. Because, you know, you can't be happy if you dissatisfied.
Right, you can't be acting like y'all cool children.
Exactly. That means that you never went through that hell. You actually got caught.
Right.
You still in that hell. Why? Because you're not doing it right.
Right. You're not understanding.
You're not understanding. So if you're not understanding, then you ain't got no love.
You ain't acknowledging that wisdom.
Exactly. So since God is dealing with that, which is what? True and living, you know, you got to be seen for what you are.
Mathematics don't lie.
It don't, God. It don't. I mean, if you have understanding of something, that means you got to have a degree of love.
Right.
You got to. Love, peace, and happiness, God. You got to have knowledge. Knowledge. That means you got to have knowledge of yourself in order to have peace, because peace means tranquility.
That's right.
When you have tranquility within yourself, you're able to what? Grow and develop. When it's time for war, when you're at war, this is not the time for really thinking about growing and developing and building houses and doing all of that. If you got people dropping bombs on you, or you shooting bullets or whatever at other people and they shooting at you, you ain't thinking about building those schools at that time. So peacetime is the time for building.
Right.
And peace and tranquility are synonymous. Why? Because they allow you what? To grow and develop. You see what I'm saying? To move further, to see further during that peace. If you're not doing that, while you supposedly saying peace to somebody, you lying.
Right.
Because you really saying peace, but you're not meaning peace.
Right. Don't like, you know what I'm saying?
You not, huh?
That, you know what I'm saying? I just want to add on a little bit to what the God was saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a brother and then if you really dumb, if you believe that dumb stuff, you know what I'm saying? About, yo, don't say peace. Wait for him to say peace to you first. Or acting like he better than, like, you know what I'm saying? You better than somebody, or that you don't want to say nothing. That's like some devilish stuff, God. That's childish, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I see my air, like, I greet him, peace, peace. If they don't say peace, you know what I'm saying, to me, what you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see it in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you waiting for me to say something to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody tell you, oh, don't wait. Don't wait for them to tell you peace. You know what I'm saying? Don't greet them first. Like, that's you stupid and believe in that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? Because if I say peace to you, man, I mean it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say peace to you if I'm at war with you. You know what I'm saying? Because peace is a state of tranquility. Matter of fact, peace is the absence of all confusion. I'm not confused with those who I say that I love. You know what I'm saying? And you say you love this man, stop acting like like you don't understand the
Like
science.
you ain't got supreme sense, man.
Like you don't got supreme sense. You know what I'm saying? And with that, man, I'ma say peace, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna say peace, God. I'm gonna say peace, and just know,
Add
God,
on,
that
God,
indeed
don't forget the duty.
yeah, indeed. So, man, just understand, man, that it's not about that, man. I mean, it ain't never been about that. Like, if you really understand the science of, you know what I mean, having to battle your own man over something that's stupid, over something that you're supposed to be known universally. Because when you understand the science of who the original man is, that's something that's a universal principle. That's a universal principle. Universal, all over, worldwide. Peace.
Peace.